The Twins were born in 1961. That man, Harmon Killebrew, took them to the World Series 4 years later. Rod Carew won 7 batting titles in Minnesota, and Tom Kelly delivered 2 World Championships thanks to players like Kent Herbeck and Kirby Puckett, all of whom are immortalized here at Target Field. Hi again, everyone. Matt Underwood alongside Rick Manning. The Indians won the opener of this series, but they've lost the last 2, so they look for a series split here this afternoon. Francisco Lindor was named the American League Player of the Month for May, and Rick, he's showing no signs of slowing down now that the calendar's turned to June.
No, he certainly deserves it. He won the Player of the Week the first 2 weeks in the month of May, so it's appropriate that he wins it for the month. And Francisco Lindor's been doing it with the long ball, the extra base hits. He's been driving in the runs. He's been so solid out there every single day. Defensively as well. When you look at it, 10 homers and 13 doubles, 23 extra base hits, 44 hits in the month of May, so he certainly deserved that award.
Fast becoming one of the, if not the most dynamic leadoff hitters now in the game of baseball. If the Indians are to split this series today, they'll need a good start from Mike Clevenger, who after back-to-back losses bounced back with a big start his last time out.
Well, Clev's only complete game came on the road. It was against the Baltimore Orioles earlier this year, and he just has a knack. He's only given up 5 earned runs on the road this year, so they need him to go out there and put some zeros on the board, let the offense get to work early, and hopefully he can do just that. He's 2-0 against the Central Division so far this year, and you'll see his season average 4-2, but a 1.61 ERA on the road, 2-1 record against the Central in his career, 8-3. Let's hope he can get that win today.
Yonder Alonso gets a day off. Edwin Encarnacion will be at first base. Jose Ramirez will DH, and Eric Gonzalez will be at third. We'll have the whole lineup for you coming up when Indians Twins Part 4 continues in just a moment. Cleveland Indians baseball is brought to you by Who Bought W.B. Mason, the official office supplier of the Cleveland Indians. And by Cleveland Clinic Express Care Online. Tap the app for 24/7 virtual visits. But before we get underway, we pause for the playing of our national anthem here today at Target Field in downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota.
Raise the stars and stripes during the national anthem at every Twins home game. Today's honorary flag raiser is 96-year-old World War II veteran Philip Schmidt from Egan. Philip served with the 8th Armored Division in the European theater and at the Battle of the Bulge. He was awarded the American Campaign Medal and the European, African, Middle Eastern Campaign Medal with 3 Bronze Battle Stars, as well as earning 2 Overseas Service Bars. Philip is most proud of his family. He has been married for 72 years to Mary Margaret. They have 9 children, 15 grandchildren, and 13 great-grandchildren, many of whom are here today to celebrate with him. Thank you, Tech Corporal Schmidt, for serving our country. Singing our national anthem today, please welcome students from Eisenhower Elementary and Sing Sing Academy in Hopkins.
And what a way to get our Sunday afternoon started here as the Indians and Twins wrap things up. Indians come in 30-27. They're still 2.5 games better than Detroit in the division. Minnesota 4.5 back. They're now 24-30 on the season. Let's go downstairs right now to Andre Knott.
Well, thanks, Matt. You mentioned in the open that the lineup's a little different than what we're used to seeing. Jose Ramirez is DHing, not at third base. Terry Francona wanted to give him a day off, but not a day off. He wants him to hit, but he thought his shoulder's been bothering him a little bit on his throws, so he figured to give him a day at DH. Yonder Alonso doesn't have the greatest numbers against Gibson either, so that's the change in the lineup and why Jose Ramirez is DHing today.
All right, thanks a lot, Andre. And the Indians will try to solve Kyle Gibson, who gets the start for Minnesota.
Well, they've had their share of success against Gibson. He will be the Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher for Minnesota. He's 30 years old, 6'6", 216 pounds. In his career against the Indians, 7 starts. He's 2-6 in his career, but at home in 7 starts, 0-5. He hasn't beaten the Indians here in Minnesota, and the Indians have some very good numbers off him. We'll see if they can continue. He's 1-3 this year with a .357 earned run average, coming off the longest start of the season for him. It was a 7 innings, 5 hits, no runs, but it was a no decision at Kansas City.
For Terry Francona this afternoon, the Indians starting 9, brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Francisco Lindor in the leadoff spot. Michael Brantley bats second. Jose Ramirez will hit third. Edwin Encarnacion, Jason Kipnis, and Yan Gomes in the middle. Greg Allen, Bradley Zimmer, and Eric Gonzalez getting the start at third base will bat ninth. This is an Indians ball club that coming into the series had scored 7 or more runs in 6 straight games. But in the last 2 games of this series, it's been the Twins who have scored 7 each game. The Indians were held to 4 runs and just 1 run yesterday. We're underway as Francisco Lindor takes a first pitch strike.
He had flipped over to the month of June after that first game.
Lindor sends a high drive to center field. Back is Ryan Lamar, and the center fielder just onto the warning track has it for out number 1.
The defense behind Gibson this afternoon looks like this. Rosario is in left, Lamar in center, Kepler over in right. On the infield, Sano back in there at third base this afternoon, Escobar at short, Dozier at second, Morrison at first, Wilson doing the catching.
After game time temperatures of 82 and 79 degrees in the first 2 games of this series, today we check in at a very cool 60 degrees under cloudy skies.
It does feel like an autumn day here. It's very nice.
Talk about a change in the weather. Michael Brantley hitless in the series. Probably not all that surprising when you see a hitter with a long hitting streak. Many times that's followed by not necessarily a slump, but Brantley 0 for 13 since the 19-game hitting streak was halted. Sends a high fly ball again, almost the same spot as Lindor's. Lamar onto the warning track again, 2 away. Our storylines this afternoon are brought to you by Wayside Furniture. Jose Ramirez streaking. Eddie Rosario for the Twins also in a really good place offensively. Twins shift 3 on the right side of the infield for Ramirez. Jose not just hot in the last several games, but he's been good all year. And over his last 19 games, hitting .347. And in those 19 games, he has scored 17 runs. He has driven in 17 runs.
Yeah, and you know, Ramirez, a guy, he's a .350 hitter against Gibson. Lindor .476. Encarnacion .353 against this guy. Kipnis .478. So they have guys with some pretty good numbers against this hitter, or against this pitcher.
It's only gone back-to-back games without an extra base hit.
Twice in the last 31 games. That's not bad.
Rip foul. Even though they were outs, the first 2 at bats for the Indians, they were loud outs, flying out to deep center field. But Ramirez chased one out of the strike zone, and he goes down to end the first. The Twins are coming to bat.
Closed out this 4-game series. He's the Northern Ohio Honda starting pitcher. 4-2 on the year with a .314 earned run average. Clevenger is coming off a win against the White Sox where he pitched 6 2/3 innings, 4 hits, just 1 run allowed. He's 1-2 in his career against Minnesota. That win was out of the bullpen. He hasn't beaten them as a starter yet.
Brian Dozier will lead off for the Twins. Dozier, a guy that's very aggressive. He has 28 leadoff home runs since the start of 2013. That is second most in the majors. Only Charlie Blackmon of the Rockies has more with 29. Smacks this one in the hole. Lindor with a 2-hop throw to first to retire him. Francisco Lindor had to go up the middle to his left. He had to avoid Kipnis, and then he just kind of lofted the throw to first base.
He knew he was going to bounce it, and why not? It's actually a 2-bouncer here to Encarnacion, but it's accurate. It's there, and it's easy for that first baseman to pick it instead of trying to throw it high. So a nice play to get to retire Dozier.
Like skipping a flat rock across some water, huh?
Yeah, right.
One down for Eddie Rosario. This guy's swinging a hot bat right now. Last 30 games, he's hit .369 with 7 homers, 24 runs batted in. He leads Minnesota with 36 runs batted in on the year.
Hit the 2-run homer yesterday in that 3-run inning. Yeah, this guy's turned into really a good baseball player. And for whatever reason, he's always played very well against the Indians.
Three balls and a strike. Rosario has clubbed 60 home runs since the start of the 2015 season. Strike to the outside corner. Only Brian Dozier and Miguel Sano have more home runs for the Twins over the previous seasons than Rosario. Deep left. Back is Brantley. And it's gone. Did you see that swing?
I'll tell you what, to drive a ball out that way, and it was a 3-2 count, I'd say he's locked in. I mean to tell you, if you go the other way and hit a home run, that's an unbelievable swing. He is on fire. You may be better off walking this guy, so he gives him a 1. Look at this pitch. That ball's off the plate, man. And it's at the knees.
Well, and look at the swing. It's not even, it's just.
Look at it. Looked like he was out in front a little bit, but he got enough of it to get it out of here. Unbelievable. Wow. He's hot.
That is off the plate.
There's really nothing you could do there. You just tip your cap. That's a beautiful job of hit by Rosario.
Not taking anything away from Rosario because he has good home run power. We were just talking about it, but you almost wonder if maybe the wind helped jettison that ball out of here.
I have no idea, but I mean, to hit that ball and hit enough of it, it didn't look like he set back in and drove it that way, but it got out of here. I saw Michael going back and I thought, okay, he'll catch it at the warning track, but that thing continued to carry.
Miguel Sano takes a walk. Here's the rest of the Twins lineup. Logan Morrison, Eduardo Escobar, then Max Kepler. You got Robbie Grossman, the switch hitter, Ryan Lamar, Bobby Wilson.
Now,
Wow.
look at that. The
only
exit
92 miles an hour off
now,
the bat.
rarely. So maybe to your question, maybe that is something that ball's shooting down the left field line. I don't know if the wind's in here turning it around, but 92 you don't think would go out.
The balls that both Lindor and Michael Brantley hit in the first inning seemed to be barreled up pretty good. Now, granted, they were hit to the big part of the yard out there near the 403 mark, just to the right of straightaway center.
I do remember when this park first opened, Minnesota hitters were frustrated because they couldn't drive a ball out that way to left center field. I mean, the first year it opened. Now, whatever changed, I don't know. But this used to be a very legitimate ballpark as far as trying to hit a home run.
Clevenger gets ahead of Logan Morrison 0-2. Indians have the shift on, 3 to the right side. Eric Gonzalez stays on the left side of the infield. Pop back out of play. Logan Morrison hit 38 home runs a season ago. But so far this year, it hasn't been the same kind of pace. Through 50 games last year, he had 14 homers, 35 driven in. After 54 games this year, he has 6 homers, 19 RBI.
Well, turned into an all or nothing guy as far as the home run ball goes. We see that happen a lot.
And with that, the batting average really suffers.
Yes.
He just went over the Mendoza line, hitting 201 coming into today.
Yes, he did.
They appeal, and he went around, says Vic Carapazza. 2 down.
He sure did. Yeah, I mean, you can tell he got out there and then couldn't check it. And yes, he certainly did. Let's check the defense for you. Brought to you by Chrysler. For the Indians this afternoon, Brantley in left, Zimmer back in center, Allen over in right. Gonzalez gets the start at third today. Lindor at short, Kip at second, Encarnacion at first, and Gomes doing the catching.
Here is Eduardo Escobar. Now Escobar is tied with Rosario for the team lead in home runs coming in. Rosario now has 11, Escobar with 10, and that's thanks in part to 3 that he has hit already in the series. He sends another long fly ball deep left center field. Brantley watches this one hit right at the base of the wall. Sano coming around third. Lindor's throw to the plate, not in time. A 2-out RBI double for Eduardo Escobar, and it's 2-0 Minnesota.
Well, this ball smoked in the left center field. It really splits the gap. It was elevated a little bit, so both the left-handers going the other way. This one hits the base of the wall. And by the time they can get it in, Sano scored the second run. Escobar gets his 20th double. And I'll tell you what, that kid is having some kind of year, and he wasn't even going to be the everyday shortstop this year. Turns out he's having a heck of a year.
Well, the Twins have found their stride offensively. They scored 7 yesterday, 7 the night before, and they're out early 2-0 here today.
Yeah, the last week, Matt, I think since May 28th, they're averaging 6.5 runs per game.
Coming off a road trip in which they had lost 5 out of 6. They limped in here to this series knowing that it was a critical series for them. And the Indians won the opener, but Minnesota trying to make it 3 out of 4.
Well, this is a Minnesota team that were very much like the Indians last year offensively.
Back goes Zimmer with room to make the catch, and the inning is over. But Minnesota with the big bats here in the first. A home run by Eddie Rosario, a 2-out RBI double by Eduardo Escobar, and it's 2-0 Minnesota. Scored 2 in their half of the first. We have just received meteorological word that the wind is carrying out to right field at 21 miles an hour.
Yeah, if it's carrying out to right, I don't know if it has a swirling effect around here or not.
Got to be some kind of slingshot deal.
Because that ball carried well to left center that Escobar hit, and the home run that Rosario hit carried.
I mean, those flags in right field are not blowing in. They're blowing sideways like it's carrying to left. So who knows? Get a better feel for it perhaps as the game goes along. But right now, Edwin Encarnacion 4 for 12 in the series with a home run. He has a 9-game hitting streak overall. Bobby Wilson threw the ball back to the mound, except he was about 10 feet wide with his throw, and the ball carried all the way out to second base.
All right, get a new one. Flip it out.
Now the 3-1. Ball 4. Oh.
Late call, wasn't it?
Jerry Lane.
Yeah, it's the crew chief. Let's take a look at this on the Nissan pitch tracker. That's off the plate.
During the 9-game hitting streak for Edwin, he has scored 12 runs and driven home 11.
He's really been rock solid since the beginning of May.
Gibson makes a nice play. 1 down.
He needed every inch of that frame. Well, it's a whole new ball game with RBI Baseball 18. RBI Baseball delivers the all-new franchise mode and much more. RBI Baseball 18 is available now. Learn more at RBIGame.com.
1 down for Jason Kipnis. And the Twins immediately go to a 3-man shift to the right side of the infield. Fouled off to the left. Kipnis 3 for 12 in the series with a double. Rolls over on this one. Dozier throws him out. 2 gone. Tune in to Fox Sports Ohio tonight for full pre and post game coverage of Game 2 of the NBA Finals. It all begins at 6:30 p.m. Our home team starting 5 will be live in the Bay Area and at the Cavs watch party for all the highlights and interviews before and after tonight's game.
See if they can rebound and win Game 2.
Two down for Jan Gomes. You always wonder about the collective psyche of a team after you lose a game that almost certainly looked like you were going to win.
Well, they have enough time to think about it.
Boy, you're not kidding.
I'm telling you, in the NBA Finals, what do they get? 3 days off?
Yeah.
And after today, next game back in Cleveland will be Wednesday and Friday.
I mean, I understand. I mean, what, has LeBron's played over 100 games now on the year? I mean, I get it from the standpoint of you want your players at their best, but that just seems like a lot of time between.
It is.
Here's the 0-2. Imagine if they did that in baseball. Play a game, take 3 days off, play another game. World Series would be over on Christmas. Now the 1-2. Down in the dirt. Gomes has just 4 hits over his last 9 games, 4 for his last 32 at the plate. He was on a pretty good roll there offensively, but lately just hasn't been able to get going. Smokes this one foul. And the 2-2. Swung on and missed. He strikes him out. 6 up, 6 down. Middle of the second. 2-0 Twins.
Minnesota able to score 2 in the first. It'll be Grossman, Lamar, and Wilson, the scheduled hitters. Grossman 234 on the year, a homer and 15 RBIs. Got the call, so he's down in the count now to 0-2. Missed with a fastball up and away. A couple of extra base hits in the first inning for the Twins. And also a walk by Clevenger. One-two on the way now. Fouled off again, third base side.
Robbie Grossman has never had a lot of success against the Indians, but he's 4 for 10 in the series compared to a 186 lifetime mark against Cleveland pitchers.
Remember, was it 2016? He was invited to spring training with the Indians out there, and after they let him go, Minnesota picked him up, and he's been here ever since.
Another ball into the seats for Grossman. Clevenger trying to put him away, but can't do it. Full count.
Hasn't had that curveball today. He tried to throw a couple in the first inning and just got underneath him, and they stayed high. He's got to get a feel for that pitch.
And he walks the leadoff man. Second walk issued by Clevenger today. Stat of the game brought to you by Buick. Adam Pletko with a no-hitter. He nearly was perfect. Took a no-hitter into the, or a perfect game into the ninth. And just an outstanding outing for Adam Pletko. And the Clippers now have 2 no-hitters.
Yeah, isn't that something? That's right. That one was rained short by Bieber. That's impressive, though, taking that perfect game into the ninth.
And the Indians have had a chance to see both Pletko and Shane Bieber here at the major league level this year. Now the question is,
which one do we see on the 12?
Yeah, next.
Exactly.
Fly ball center field. Well hit. Zimmer a long run. Oh, what a catch by Zimmer! Unbelievable! A complete all-out diving stab, and he hung on in deep left center field.
Look at the crowd. The crowd's clapping for him. That's how good that catch was on the road. Watch his last leap. He took off, and I mean, he was flying through the air like Superman. On the backhanded side, that was an unbelievable catch. They would have had another one on the board. Watch the last leap. Man, what a catch. Timed it beautifully to hold on for out number 1. Great catch. Welcome back.
Bobby Wilson looks at a strike. We'll see if that maybe gets this ball club pumped up. That was an amazing effort, boy.
When you see the fans clapping on an opposing park on a catch, that is a good catch. There's the last stride, and there he goes. Look at it, right into the pocket. I mean, perfectly timed. Still on the grass. He didn't hit the warning track. That gets Cleb going because he knew he made a mistake. He walked the first guy, so he wanted to get aggressive to the second guy. And he smoked it, but all for naught.
This one's hit off the end of the bat. Zimmer coming in, can't get to it. Now a little bloop single for Wilson.
Well, you put it in play. Good things can happen, and it did right there.
How far did he have to cover?
Well, how about 78 feet? Does that include the dive? catch probability, 76%.
How in the world could it be that
Get
high?
out of here. I'm not buying it. 76%, no way.
Brian Dozier grounded out his only time up. Takes ball 1. Doing this as long as we have, you get a pretty good sense when you see a ball in the air and you're looking at the outfielder if he's got a chance or not. And on that one, even though we've seen Zimmer make that play a few times, just didn't think
that's a rarity.
Didn't think he had a chance to run that one down.
I didn't either.
Still got it.
Yes, he did. That is a great catch. Unless they're going on that catch probability with Willie Mays out there.
The 2-0 pitch. Swung on and missed. Breaking ball popped back out of play.
Get yourself back into the count.
Dozier, who has not had much success at home so far this year, came alive yesterday. And already in the series, 2 doubles and a triple.
Yeah, and what's he doing? He's hitting
Up
the
the
ball
middle.
the other way.
Base hit. That'll get home another run. It's 3-0 Minnesota. So the walk comes around the score.
Now, I want to see the location of this pitch from Clevenger because he got himself back into the count, and if it's a fastball, which it is, and you see it's right down the middle. Dozier, good fastball hitter. He doesn't miss many of them, especially when you give him one like that with runners on base. So he hits it on the ground, gets it into center field, and Minnesota takes a 3-0 lead.
Already 4 hits for the Twins. Well, you look at this series to this point, and it was not a good start for Carrasco on Friday night. Yesterday, Trevor Bauer pitched better than the final line would indicate. When you get 3 unearned runs allowed.
3 or 4, was it?
What was it? 7?
I think it was 4 unearned runs.
4 unearned runs.
Right.
That doesn't help matters.
No, it doesn't. The Indians did make a couple errors in that ball game, but you know they only got 1 run. You're not going to win much with 1 run.
Bounce to first. Edwin goes to second. There's 1 back to first, not in time. And there are 2 down. First and third with 2 away.
Well, Edwin came over there, made the throw, and gets back. Cleb get out of the way, but not in time. But they do get Dozier at second on the fielder's choice.
Already 40 pitches for Clevenger, and now Miguel Sano, who walked and came around to score in the first inning. Big swing. It comes up empty, 1-1. Minnesota, a lot of the players felt like this was a big series for them coming in. Not so much because of the standings. Still a long way to go in the season, but more for their own belief that they could play better than what they have to this point. I mean, they're still 6 games under 500.
Yeah, they have to turn it around. Paul Muller had a meeting out here before the first game on Thursday at second base with the whole team out there going over fundamentally things that they have to do to get better.
Right field, Greg Allen drifting back onto the track. And the inning is over. Well, Bradley Zimmer makes a heck of a play defensively in center field. But the Twins still end up with another run home here in the second and lead it 3-0. It's yet to have a man reach base. Greg Allen leads off and takes a strike. Greg Allen 3 for 9 in the series with a double. Allen has played center field. He's played right field. He's come on as a defensive replacement at times, but for the most part he's been playing every day, and he's done a heck of a job. Last 7 games he has 3 doubles, a triple. He has scored 8 runs. The 2-1. Indians are slated to get Lonnie Chisenhall back from the disabled list. Brandon Geyer will be eligible to come off as well. Just how the Indians will go about fitting all the pieces into the puzzle remains to be seen, but we'll have some of those answers coming up. Allen goes down swinging, and that's 3 strikeouts for Kyle Gibson.
Tito did say today the upper management's all worried about the draft tomorrow, but they're going to have a meeting tomorrow afternoon before the draft gets underway to kind of talk about the logjam that is the outfielders. And with 2 righties going for Milwaukee on Tuesday and Wednesday, they may hold Brandon Geyer back a little bit longer. That's a conversation that they're going to let Chris have tomorrow with Brandon Geyer. But as you said, Chiz will be back, and Naquin is actually playing in Akron today as well.
Yeah, they got guys coming off, and there's only so much room for outfielders here.
Bradley Zimmer rolls one to short. 2 quick outs.
Well, interleague play is going to return when we return home on Tuesday against the Milwaukee Brewers. It's a 2-game series. On Tuesday, 10,000 fans will receive an Indians duffel bag courtesy of Shears. And then Wednesday will be a day game, 1:10 start. Visit Indians.com to get your tickets.
And up comes Eric Gonzalez. Looks at a pitch that's called a strike. Eric played 15 games in the month of May, and all he did was go 14 for 32. 4 of those 15 hits were doubles. He also had a home run and 8 runs batted in.
Yeah, it's not an easy gig when you're a young guy like Eric to come out here and perform when you're not getting an opportunity, but maybe once a week if you're lucky. You know, to try and stay sharp in the batter's box. You don't know the pitchers all that well, and he's playing different positions. He's been at first, he's at third today, he's played second, but he's done his best to keep himself healthy, and he's worked very hard, and it's working out well for him.
Kyle Gibson winds it up to 2-2. And 9 up, 9 down through 3 innings for Kyle Gibson. It's 3-0 Minnesota.
Starting at just $15 for kids 12 and under with the purchase of an adult ticket. Tickets are located in the family deck out of Progressive Field, home to the expanded kids clubhouse. Tickets are available only online. Go to Indians.com.
For the Twins here in the home half of the third, 4, 5, and 6 due up. Logan Morrison, the cleanup man, leads it off. Swings at the first pitch and lifts it foul out of play. Morrison, the only strikeout victim thus far for Mike Clevenger. The Detroit Tigers have won 4 in a row going into play today. 2.5 back of the Indians in the standings. They trail Toronto 2-1 in the 7th inning in Detroit. Now the 0-2 and another foul out of play. Mike Clevenger making his 12th start of the year. He started out the year really on fire. but ran into a tough spell. And granted, you know, you make back-to-back starts against the defending world champs. That's not an easy road to hoe. But he lost both of those starts on May 18th and 24th. Then last time out against the White Sox, 6 2/3, only 1 run on 4 hits. Struck out 7.
Yeah, that first start against Houston, though, he pitched very well going into the 7th, and he walked the first 2 hitters of that inning. You know, and they ended up coming around to score, even though the bullpen gave up the runs.
Logan Morrison, a soft liner to Lindor, 1 down. It's going to bring up Eduardo Escobar. And he drove a double to deep left center field, right in front of the Indians bullpen. Plated a run in the first.
As you guys talk about Mike Clevenger, you know, there was a lot of talk about minimizing damage in his last few starts, but it seems like today he may just not have all of his pitches. Now, Arch, remember after the first Houston game, he talked about not having his changeup?
Yes.
And wanting to throw his changeup. Is this just part of the process of him maturing as a pitcher where you got to learn that you're not going to have everything every time out, right?
Yes, it sure is. It is a process. And right now he doesn't have his curveball, and he's usually been very good with the curveball. And, you know, as we said, if you get 30 starts in the year, and you may go out there and 10 of them you'll feel great, 10 of them you'll have to really work hard, and the other 10 you may feel like crap, but you have to find your way to work your way through it. But let's see. I mean, he's still got time to get them. The key is you got to find one of those pitches that you can throw for a strike at any time you want.
Well, he's retired 4 in a row. It might be one of those games where.
There it is. Slow. It missed with it.
Sometimes a pitcher can get locked in and sort of take off, but it might be one of those days where he just can't. And the key, I think, today, given the last couple of days rough starts and bullpen usage, trying to battle as long as you can.
Well, right now he's going to put zeros on the board until the offense can do something with Kyle Gibson, because they don't have a hit yet.
The 2-1. 3 balls and a strike.
It was the leadoff walk in last inning. He's walked 2. Both have come around to score.
Kepler just 2 for 12 in the series. But in a great count here. He takes, and it's ball 4. Clevenger has walked at least 1 up. Another late call. Full count. Here's the payoff. Sure, Jan Gomes is talking to Jerry Lane right now about, all right, if you're going to call one that way, why not the other?
Yeah, they're going at it. I'm not saying they're arguing. I'm just thinking Gomes is pleading his case.
Well, I mean, again, it's not that the previous pitch was a good one, but if you're going to call it, then I need to know that as a catcher.
Yeah.
Grossman squibs one to third. Backhanded by Gonzalez. Look at that off-balance throw, but Edwin.
He did it.
Yeah, he did keep his foot on the bag. At least that's what the umpire says. We'll see what the Twins have to say.
It looked like he did. They may challenge it, but let's. They're going to wait and see. But I'll tell you what, he did a nice stretch. And Gonzalez got rid of that ball in a hurry. See if the foot is on the base. It is. It is. I think it is.
No challenge forthcoming. What a spectacular play on both ends. And the inning is over. 3-0 Minnesota. Up 9 down, struck out 4 Indians. They trail 3-0. We'll see if Cleveland can shake it up here second time around as Lindor takes a strike. Lindor and then Brantley both hit the ball hard in the first. They flied out to deep center field. But nobody else hit the ball even remotely hard. In his previous 5 games leading up to this one, Lindor 11 hits and 22 at bats, including 3 doubles, 2 home runs.
Yeah, that's the pitch left-handers are going to have to lay off. He's trying to throw that back foot slider into him. Get him to swing over the top of it. He struck out 4 of the first 9 batters.
Pop back out of play.
He has not walked anybody. And Gibson normally he has a tough time pitching against the Indians in this ballpark. The 2 wins that he has have come in Cleveland. In his home ballpark. In 7 starts, he's 0-5 with an ERA at 7. Started 3 times against the Indians last year. He was 0-3 here.
Not that he has much of a windup, but we'll see if they can get him out of the stretch if anything changes. Down low, full count. Struck him out. 5 Ks now for Gibson.
Elevated fastball with 2 strikes. Full count. He went to the top of the zone. He gets it by him at 93.
Now Michael Brantley fly to center in the first. Toronto has scored 4 more in the 7th. They now lead the Tigers 6-1 in the 7th inning in Detroit. There's the 1-0. And Brantley bounces it foul wide to first. Indians head home. Off day tomorrow. Milwaukee will be in Cleveland on Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon. Brewers lead the NL Central with a 37-22 record heading into play today. They are scoreless in Chicago, playing the White Sox today in the 4th inning. Here's the 1-1. Hard hit ball, but Dozier in perfect position to make the play. 2 away. Here's a look at our key to drive to success in the major leagues. The men with the most extra base hits. Mookie Betts currently on the DL. Mike Trout, and then Jose Ramirez and Francisco Lindor. Ramirez 4 for 13 now in the series with a double and a home run. And it's outside. 2-0.
Kyle Gibson used to be pretty much like a sinker slider style pitcher. Now he's mixed up that change up, and that slider's got a little more depth to it, I think, down and in. And he's 4 seamers now he's throwing. The one he threw to Lindor elevated, and also throwing the 4-seamer inside the left-handers.
2-1. Ramirez was going to try to bunt his way aboard once Sano backed up. And now with 2 strikes, Sano can go right back to where he was.
All right, good try. Want get somebody on base. Encarnacion has been swinging a hot bat on deck.
In off the plate, full count. Will Edwin get a chance to bat here? Or will he have to wait till the 5th? Pop back out of play. Ramirez was on base 3 times yesterday. 1 for 3 at a single, but also walked twice. If there is such a thing as MVP candidates in the month of June, he's there. He is among the American League's top 10 in homers, extra base hits, total bases, RBI, OPS, slugging percentage, plate appearances, per strikeout, walks, and doubles.
That ball, if he didn't swing, would have been close to hitting him.
Struck him out for the 2nd time today. 12 up, 12 down for Kyle Gibson. 3-0 Minnesota.
Today's Tribe Rewards code is Rookie. Visit Indians.com for complete details.
Ryan Lamar bunts. Mike Clevenger jumps off the mound, grabs it, gets knocked down by Gonzalez, and Lamar has a bunt single to start the home half of the fourth.
Well, there's one there where either Gonzalez has got to let him go. I don't know if he was calling for it or what. But Clevenger got off the mound like a cat. Watch him. He's coming in. Here comes Gonzalez. He was thinking of it. He's got to back off and let him take it. I don't know if there was any vocal exchange out there, but no chance. So good opportunity. A nice bunt. There you go. Lamar gets base hit.
He wasn't going to let Bradley Zimmer rob him this time. Bobby Wilson, he blooped one into center field his first time up. Eric Gonzalez still a step behind the bag at third. Wilson fouls one right back. Bobby Wilson, 35 years old. A journeyman who has been around. Clevenger gets ahead of him 0-2. Combs thought about pulling the trigger, but Lamar did not draw a throw. Bobby Wilson, by the way, the Twins catcher, had 3 hits in 30 career at-bats against the Indians heading into today's game. Swing and a miss. He strikes out. Almost looked like, as bizarre as it would sound with a 1-2 count, like a hit and run the way he swung at that ball.
Well, he had 2 strikes and Lamar was off. He sort of faked him, so I don't know. Let's go back and take a look at the catch there by Bradley Zimmer. And you're going to see more than one that he was been able to catch going that way, that style, backhanded. Boy, a series of very nice plays. Another one today back in the second inning. But they still scored a run in that inning.
Back with a dive, Lamar. One ball, one strike to count for Brian Dozier. He delivered the Twins' 3rd run and the 2nd with an RBI single to center. Yankees and Orioles were rained out for the 2nd time in 4 days. Runner goes. Pitch outside. Throw from his knees, but not in time. And Ryan Lamar has his first stolen base.
I'll tell you what, that was actually a pretty good throw by Gomes, who never got up from his crouch because he had such a good jump. And they've only thrown out 20% with Clevenger on him. They caught 1 out of 5. Now it's going to be 1 out of 6. And look how close it was. He got him on the backside, but it looked like the foot got in there. They're going to double check and look before they say play on. But does he tag him? He might be out.
Sure looks like
they may want to look at that. It looked like he got him on the backside. before the foot hit the base. They say no. Tell you what, that looked like it though. That last angle. Let's see. Watch the hip. Back pocket.
There's the tag. He's
and
out.
There it is. He would have been out. They must feel. Don't know.
Fouled back.
Sure looked like it, didn't it, Matty?
Well, especially when we got both looks.
Yes, that
where you
that
could see
last
where
look.
the tag was applied, and
Right.
then you can see where the foot was on the second look.
I did see Kip's face after the umpire called him safe. Had that look.
High pop. Right center field. Greg Allen, the right fielder, makes the catch. 2 down.
Slow motion here. There's the ball. There's the tag. It's not even close. If I'm not, he did tag him right here.
Here's where you
didn't
can
he?
tell. There's the tag.
There's the glove.
Yeah.
It hit his. Yes, it swiped him. He's out. They chose not to challenge. This is a guy. Be very careful. Don't throw him a strike. Right now, especially after that, not challenging, you don't want to let him get up 4-0.
Swinging a foul back by Rosario. Hitting better than .370 in his last 30 games. 5 for 12 in the series with a couple of home runs. This one's high in the air to left center. Brantley says, "I'll take it." He does, and the inning is over. 4 complete from Minneapolis. It's the Twins 3 and the Indians nothing. Is brought to you by the 2018 Kia Sorento, the perfect getaway vehicle. Visit KiaDealers.com to learn more. And by Levin Furniture. For the best deals on furniture and mattresses, shop Levin's. We're 4 innings in at Target Field, and the Indians still have not had a man reach base. Edwin Encarnacion leads off the 5th. Then Jason Kipnis and Yan Gomes. Kyle Gibson has struck out 6. Adam Plutko down in the minor leagues was tremendous last night. He took a perfect game into the 9th inning at AAA Columbus. Kyle Gibson deals with the 1-1, and it's fouled off of Mike Sarbaugh down at 3rd. Sometimes you start backing away and the ball just keeps bearing down on you.
Well, it's not going to change its course, and he just couldn't get out of the way. Caught him on the arm, it looked like.
Now the 1-2. Edwin deep. Goodbye. High into that second deck in left field. The Indians are on the board with their first hit of the game. Edwin's 15th home run this year, and it's now 3-1. Encarnacion loves hitting at Target Field, especially when you're talking about home runs. Take a listen. Our Here Right sound of the game.
Yeah, the first hit, the first run, a changeup down in the zone, and he smokes it into the middle deck.
22nd career home run against Minnesota for Edwin.
And gets the Indians on the board. He's love hitting in this ballpark too. That's about what, 14 or 15 here, and there it is, 14.
And off the plate to Jason Kipnis. And Kipnis shoots one right back up the middle. Hit the top of the mound and skipped right on into center.
Check the distance here. That ball was down 434 feet, and he just doesn't hit him here. He has a knack for hitting him a long way in this ballpark for whatever reason.
Yeah, he hit that up into section 231. Now Yan Gomes. Tying run at the plate. Taps it foul, third base side. $15 homers for Edwin, still 3 behind Jose Ramirez. Jose began the day 1 back of both Mike Trout and JD Martinez for the league lead in homers. They have 19 each. Gomes takes a strike, and he's in the hole 1-2. Pitch is up high. That'll even the count. Up the gut, but perfectly fielded by Escobar, and an easy double play.
injury report brought to you by the attorneys at Elk & Elk. Red Sox with a couple of key guys down. Mookie Betts, Dustin Pedroia. Josh Donaldson again injured for Toronto. And Clayton Kershaw. Well documented problems for the Dodgers. They just have not been able to get on track this year. But
no, they
you know
have
what?
Not.
They're 2 games under 500, and they're still just 2.5 back in the very, I guess, mediocre NL West. It's a lot like the AL Central. It's not. No, at least they have 2 teams above 500, both the Diamondbacks and Rockies. And the Dodgers and Giants both 2 games under. Greg Allen with 2 down and the bases empty here in the 5th for Cleveland. Even the Padres are only 5.5 back, and they're 8 games under 500.
Yeah, it's pretty even. Arizona got off to that great start this year, winning I think their first 9 series, and then they came back to the pack. So that's wide open, no doubt.
And Greg Allen takes a delayed call strike.
Well, I've learned now in 2-0, 3-1 counts, you just wait. You just wait.
Hitters are so used to umpires who make quick, decisive calls, and now you deal with Jerry Lane, who's on his own schedule. 3-2. Stays alive. And that is low, ball 4. 2-out base runner now.
First walk by Gibson this afternoon. Coming into today's game, he had 28 walks going into 63 innings. So
Bradley Zimmer grounded out his first time up. He was back in action yesterday, was 2 for 4. He was on the disabled list, and between May 6th and June the 2nd, he missed 22 out of 23 games. He was hurt in New York and then played 1 game in Milwaukee, and then they were hopeful that maybe he'd come around, so they didn't put him on the DL, and then ultimately they did put him on the disabled list, but because you can only retro date it 4 days, you end up with a bigger chunk of time lost for Zimmer. But that's where you try to balance, you know, do we want to shut him down for 10 days, or, you know, maybe if we just keep him on the bench for 4 or 5 days, maybe he'll bounce back and be ready to go.
Quite a lot of time.
22 out of 23.
Yeah, for something that you never thought he was going to be on the DL for.
The 0-1 up high. Gibson gets ahead 1-2. Gibson with the strikeouts have been up for him this year. Through 11 starts, his strikeout rate of almost 25%. His career strikeout rate was fewer than 17%. So the question is it Gibson, or is it the way hitters are approaching the art of hitting these days? Strikeouts seem to be up everywhere.
Yeah, and you're right. He was like a double play guy, ground ball. He'd induce a lot of double plays, 26 last year.
Greg Allen takes off. Here's the throw down. Safe is the call. What a job by Escobar on a not very well thrown ball from Wilson to pick it and then get the tag at least close to make it a fairly close play.
Yeah, and Allen goes to the outside of the base, and he came back, and that hand gets in there. It's a swipe tag that he missed, really. He goes away from him and never really put a tag on him. So.
No, because that throw just was.
Yeah, it was a short hop, and he just had to come up and get it in front of the base.
Yeah, look how far in front of the bag he was. They said he went on the appeal. I don't know about that one. Well, inning over. Indians get on the board. Edwin's 15th home run this year. And it's 3-1. Minnesota. Three to 1. Minnesota leads it. Bottom of the 5th inning. Miguel Sano to lead off for the Twins. Tried to hold up, but he went around. Sano walked and scored in the first, flied to right in the second.
He's been susceptible to that pitch all series long. You make a good one, he's been fishing, going after it.
He did hit a home run in the series opener, but for the most part, the Indians have been able to neutralize Sano. And he goes down swinging, lost his hat. Third strikeout for Clevenger, 1 down in the 5th. Mid-game recap brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. In the first, Eddie Rosario, just a half swing, but somehow it went out of here the opposite way. And then with 2 down, Eduardo Escobar made it hurt. RBI double. Scored Miguel Sano, who had walked. Twins added a run in the second before Edwin Encarnacion broke up 4 perfect innings of work by Kyle Gibson with a home run in the 5th. And it's a 3-1 ball game. Logan Morrison is 0 for 2. Jason Kipnis is in shallow right field with the defensive shift on for Morrison. Outfield plays him straight up and deep. A bit inside, 2-1. Morrison doesn't like the call. Get in line. 2-2. Fouls it off his leg. Broke his bat, popped him up.
Jam shot.
Eric Gonzalez, 2 down.
Well, secure your Jose Ramirez, Jim Thome, and batting practice jersey with a promo pass for an additional service fee. Promo passes ensure that you'll get promotional items no matter what time you arrive at the ballpark. Visit Indians.com for more details.
Two down for Eduardo Escobar. Fastball misses outside. Man, that was pretty good. 2-0. Way outside that time. 3 balls, no strikes. Mike has yet to retire the side in order.
Oh, baby.
Boy, did he catch a break there on a 3-0 pitch. Eduardo Escobar pops it up, and now Kipnis finally makes the catch. 1, 2, 3 go the Twins. We go to the 6th. Minnesota 3, Cleveland 1.
by sharing a photo or video with hashtag HatsOffForHeroes. For each post, T-Mobile will donate $1 to support veterans.
Before the game, the Twins paid tribute to a World War II veteran when they raised the flag. On a beautiful Sunday afternoon in the Twin Cities, 60 degrees at game time, but the cloud cover we had earlier has been broken up by some really bright sunshine now. Eric Gonzalez called out on strikes his only time up in the third inning. Tried to shoot it the other way, but didn't get a lot on it. One away. Great clip of the game. Another multi-hit effort for Francisco Lindor. Yesterday, a double in the ninth. Indians still had a shot, even down 7-1. Michael Brantley got up and he scalded one to first where Logan Morrison made a catch, and Jose Ramirez drove one deep to left center field. And I think it was Lamar ran that one down. Some days are like that.
23 multi-hit games for Lindor, third best in the league. You know, he has 34 extra base hits. Jose Ramirez, his teammate, 36. Betts and Trout lead the league with 37.
Swing and a miss. Lindor already has 2 games in which he's had 2 doubles and 2 home runs. He's the only Indians player to ever do it. Pulled foul.
Send out some birthday wishes. Carol Scattergood is turning 84 today from New Middletown. Happy birthday, Carol. And Gloria Goldstein is turning 90 from University Heights. Happy birthday, Gloria, to you as well.
This is lifted high and foul. Long run over by Rosario, but he can't get there. Kyle Gibson, 87 pitches on the afternoon. 54 of those have been strikes. That is hard hit ball, but foul, says first base umpire Jansen Visconti, who's right on top of it.
It's okay. Ends up being a good thing because you know he had to be playing the line if he was able to catch that ball. That ball was hammered. And I mean smoked. You watch it right down here and you'll see it. Just barely. But Morrison playing him on the line.
Golf foul. Pepper in that right side. Another case where the ball hit that protective netting instead of heading into the seats down that right side. Lindor with Brantley to follow here in the 6th inning. Ought to play the other way. Lindor trying to take a little starch out of Kyle Gibson, who for the most part has really cruised along. First retired the first 12 in a row to start the game, striking out half of them. Now the 9th pitch of the at bat is low, full count.
You know, an at bat like this can take a little starch out of a pitch. We've witnessed that before.
Twins get some action in the bullpen for the first time today. Got a left-hander getting loose. And the 3-2. Another foul ball. Double barrel action. Ryan Presley from the right side, Taylor Rogers the lefty. 5 foul balls in this at bat for Lindor. And the 11th pitch is foul back.
Yeah, here we go.
And he walked him.
Excellent at bat. Really was. Second walk for Gibson.
Well, weird day for Frankie to start. Couldn't get the donut off the bat.
Sometimes it gets stuck on there and you got to go to a piece of cement because that he can't do it, but eventually he'll get it done. He's trying the wood step. That doesn't work. Go to some cement. There it is. That'll work. Either that or it's going to be a heavy bat to swing with that that weight on the end of it. I think right now this visit to the mound just give him a breather after that at bat by Lindor.
Garvin Alston, the pitching coach, gives the bullpen also a little extra time to get ready. Michael Brantley, who is 0 for 2, is the batter. Brantley is flied out the center, grounded out the second. Both times he's swung the bat pretty well, so he's.
Be nice to see a base hit right here.
He's ready to break out here. Outside for ball 1. Well, I think that was the exact same pitch. The first one he called a ball. This one he calls a strike. Michael shoots it the other way, but it's foul.
The Indians with just 2 hits on the day, both of them coming last inning. It was the Encarnacion home run, and then it was a Kipnis single. But other than that, Gibson been in really total control. He's walked 2, struck out 7.
Oh, Sano goes to the bare hand and throws him out. Wow. That was a heck of a play by Miguel Sano on the bare hand to retire Brantley for out number 2.
Well, look, he's playing shortstop, so he's got a range to his right, and coming in on the play, all in one motion and make the throw to get Brantley, who almost beat it out. And out comes Paul Molitor. He's not going to let him stay any longer. I think they want the right-hander for Ramirez. Gibson was about 98 pitches, 99 pitches on the day, so he's happy with that in the 6th inning.
The Cleveland Clinic call to the bullpen has been made by Paul Molitor. It'll be Ryan Presley to face Jose Ramirez when we come back. Out after 5 2/3 innings. But he gives way to Ryan Presley as the Minnesota Twins try to hold a 3-1 lead with the tying run at the plate, and it's Jose Ramirez. Down low, ball 1. Ryan Presley was originally an 11th round pick of the Boston Red Sox back in 2007 out of high school down in Texas. And then following the 2012 season, the Minnesota Twins made him a Rule 5 pick, so they grabbed him out of the Red Sox farm system. And he ended up making 49 appearances for the Twins that next season with a 387 earned run average, pitching out of the bullpen. 2 years ago, 72 appearances, a career high.
Yeah, left-handers hitting just 111 off him this year. I'm sure that's why he went to get him for Ramirez. Righties at 304 clip. I'm sorry. Wrong guy. I had it's 235 left-handers against Presley.
Three-0 to Hosey, and that's ball 4. So now the tying run is at first with 2 down, and Edwin Encarnacion coming up. Last time up for Edwin, he hit a foul ball that plunked Mike Sarbaugh, the third base coach, and the next pitch hit a fan on the upper deck.
He was into hitting people in that at bat. But that's how the Indians got on the board. That was their very first hit of the afternoon.
Edwin, high drive, deep left field. Where's this going to land? Upper tank.
Oh, man.
Edwin Encarnacion with a massive 2-out, 3-run homer here in the 6th, and just like that, the Indians have the lead. A 2-homer day for Encarnacion. Did we mention he loves hitting here at Target Field?
Boy, how do you think Gibson feels now? Walked away with just allowing 2 hits. But he's going to end up giving up 2 runs. And I mean, this one was a bomb. Look at him. Just back off and just run and see when it hits.
He put it in reverse first.
Yeah. He just hammered that pitch. And boy, oh boy. Paul Molitor could have that move. He faces 2 guys, a walk, and a 3-run home run. And the Indians lead it now 4-3.
Ryan Presley goes off. He feels shame. The Indians have the lead. Worth reviewing because it was crushed, and it was a high velocity pitch coming in.
97 coming in. It left at 110, and the hang time, you can see it went way up top in the upper deck. Yeah, 2-homer game here last year too with one of those, didn't he?
In June.
Well, it's all Encarnacion today for the Indians. He has all 4 RBIs. He has 2 home runs, a solo homer and that 3-run home run.
That was June 18th of last year. He had 2 home runs and 5 runs batted in. So he's 1 off the pace.
Well, it means he's going to get another at bat.
Jason Kipnis fouls one off to the left. Kip goes fishing, inning over. But not before Edwin Encarnacion mashes his 2nd home run of the day. This one all the way to the upper tank in left.
as we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. And Mike Clevenger, after a rocky start, has turned things around. He has not a lot of, well, he has allowed 1 hit, and that was just a little
bunt.
Yeah, bunt roller in the 4th. He's walked 1. He struck out 3 on the afternoon. Max Kepler 0 for 1. Ideally, they would love to see Clevenger pitch through this 6th inning, but they've got the bullpen up just in case.
Yeah, that was an inning, though, you know, where the Indians get 3 runs. There were 2 walks in that inning and the 1 big bomb, so they have 4 runs on 3 hits. So you don't want to give any free passes.
Easy play here for Jason Kipnis. He retires Max Kepler, 1 down. Let's go down to Andre.
Well, you guys have talked about Adam Pleco throwing a no-hitter last night for Columbus. And Terry Francona said after a tough game and 2 tough games in a row, he said it made him feel a lot better about where the organization is pitching depth-wise. He says coming into the season with Danny Salazar being banged up and not knowing what you had with Pleco and not knowing what you had in Shane Bieber where he started in Akron. He says it makes you feel a lot better about this organization knowing that you have those 2 guys battling down in Columbus to get back up here.
No doubt about it.
And for Pleco, just to mention this, before his first start this season against the Cubs, he came close to throwing a no-hitter for Columbus before he came up. If you guys recall, he went 7 2/3 in a game before that start of no-hit ball before he ran out of gas. So this is 2 starts in a row down in Columbus where he's basically been unhittable.
Well, it should make that start on the 12th very interesting who they're going to use.
You guys,
ball game.
Right. You guys said competition brings out the best, and it's done it for both Bieber and Pleco.
And it's probably not lost on anybody here at the big league level either. The 1-2 just, I guess, missed. I don't know. Is it in the box?
Well, it's right on the edge. Yeah.
Another play for Kipnis. Jason throws out Grossman, 2 down. It's baseball night in Ohio on Tuesday night. Indians Brewers at Progressive Field. Corey Kluber goes up against Junior Guerra. Indians live at 6:30. First pitch just after 7 on Sports Time Ohio and streaming on Fox Sports Go. Ryan Lamar had a bunt single in the 4th. One pitch in. 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Back out of play. There's a line drive. Gapper. Zimmer, a long run to chase it down. Lamar will hold at second with the 2-out double. And so the Twins come right back at the tying run in scoring position with 2 down.
This is the guy you want to elevate the fastball to. Anything down he can get to. If you throw him the fastball up, he always takes that big uppercut. and comes up empty, but he got one down to his liking, drives it in the alley. That'll be a double for Lamar. He's hitting well against the Indians this year. Coming into the day was 7 for 16 with 4 ribbies.
Bobby Wilson cuts and misses.
So he is now 9 for 19.
Fouled right back. Through the bat at it, pops it up. Zimmer and Brantley converge. It'll be Zimmer. And the side is retired. 6 complete from Target Field. The Indians 4, the Twins 3. Toyota dealers. Visit buyatoyota.com. Toyota, let's go places. And by the injury lawyers at Elk & Elk. Proud partners of the Cleveland Indians. Call 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Downtown Minneapolis, Minnesota. Target Field adjacent to the Target Center. Beautiful sunshine here on a Sunday afternoon. 60 degrees at game time. Expected to reach the mid-60s before the day is over. But after the temperature was in the 80s here on Thursday and Friday, it's quite a welcome change. Yan Gomes 0 for 2 on the afternoon. Taylor Rogers struck out Jason Kipnis to end the 6th inning.
Gomes, a .314 hitter this year against left-handed pitching. .16 for 51.
Rogers has run the count full. Both bullpens quiet at the moment. Out of play. Jan sends a long fly ball left field. Back is Rosario on the track at the wall. He can't make the catch. It hits what? The top of the wall? Yes, it's in play, and it's going to be a double for Yan Gomes. Man, that thing shot up a long way in the air.
Are they sure that just hit the top of the wall, or did that hit a railing or the cement behind that wall?
You would
because
think
that went straight up in the air, and Terry's going to want to take a look at it, and I'm sure they will.
You would think that cleared the fence only because of how high.
I know
if it hit that padded top, let's see.
Well, Rosario goes back. It did.
Well, it looks like there's cement right.
Is it on top of the wall?
Of that wall.
I mean, it did hit the top of the wall, it looked like. And if that's cement too, then it went straight up, so he may stay put right there at second base. You talk about a game of inches. That's one more run for him right there. Check it out in slow motion. And there's got to be cement that's on top of that wall. There's padding. It gets over his glove, and that's exactly what it hit. It sure did.
So that's going to come down to a ground rule. If in particular.
Well, no, that's got to go into the flower bed. It hit and went straight up. It caught a corner or something, shot up. You can see the cement on top of that wall. That's going to be in play. That'll be a double. I think he'll remain where he is.
The Indians did not have to challenge the play because they don't have any challenges, but you can ask for a crew chief review on any home run. You know what's interesting, Rick? So many ballparks have the yellow line.
Right.
This is one that does not, on the wall, on the top of the wall.
And would you say that fence is 7 or 8 feet? It's not all that high.
Two bases.
It's a double, yeah. And he's going to stay put. Yeah. I thought it might have went over and hit something where it shot, because it shot up so high after it hit. But no, sir. It's a good start. He's on second base with his 7th double. Now you got to get him over and get him in.
Yan Gomes at second base. Greg Allen trying to bunt him over to third, but fouls it back.
Yeah, and the key there, you got to get a pitch in the zone first before you bunt. It looked like he tried to bunt a ball right there. It was an elevated, it looked like an elevated fastball, and that's what pitchers sometimes will throw you because they want you to pop it up. They'll throw you a fastball up in the zone.
And it's a fair ball. Now they throw back to second and erase Gomes. Took a long time for Jerry Lane to make any kind of signal, and I don't know if that played into Yan Gomes' hesitation at all. He did not make a signal until after the catcher picked up the ball.
It was sitting there right on the line, out in front of the batter's box, and Gomes was caught out in nowhere's land. You know, it was just not a good bunt. You see, he took off thinking it was going to be a good bunt, and then he was waiting. It was a foul ball. The bunt was, I'm talking about, it couldn't have been a foot out in front of home plate. But it was a fair ball, and it was not a good bunt.
That's one part of Greg Allen's game that he's really
got to work on that. Definitely
had
has
a tough
to work
time
on.
with.
He's had a really tough time. He's popped some up. Now he got one down, just not out in front. He better work on it. If you're going to do it in that situation, then you've got to get your job done. And you can see it's right there. He had to wait for the runner to get out past him. You know, he was out in front, and that's why it took a while. And then Wilson comes back and throws behind Gomes and gets him.
Heads up play by Wilson.
Certainly keeping an eye on Allen.
And he's down on strikes, 2 away. Bradley Zimmer 0 for 3 this afternoon, a couple of strikeouts. Taylor Rogers has fan 2. And he'll have Eric Gonzalez with 2 down. Boy, you think about potential turning points in the game. Yan Gomes hits a ball that's mere inches from clearly being a home run. It hits the top of the fence, comes back on the field for a double, and then he gets erased on a poor bunt attempt. And the Indians are unable to add to their lead. Stretch time in Minnesota. Cleveland 4 and the Twins 3.
Clevenger will stay on the pitch for the Indians. And let's go downstairs now to Andre Knott.
Well, with the Indians currently, Matt, having pitchers come in and out from the bullpen on different days. And this series started with Shane Bieber making his first major league start. I sat down and talked to Jan Gomes about preparing for games and how much information they all need prior to a start.
We have an unbelievable background. Like our guys here have done a tremendous job on just filling us with info. And you take what you see in games. They do an unbelievable job, and Roberto and I are very fortunate to have the kind of guys that go through the hard work with that. But then, you know, going into a game, you just got to take what you see. I mean, we've both have played against the Twins a ton of times, and you start getting to know players.
So you kind of tailor your game plan for what you have in terms of gained experience. I face this guy, I know what he likes to swing at, I know what he's vulnerable to, and then you try to apply that to whoever the pitcher is.
And then as a catcher, you always have to know what hitters are the hottest hitters going on, like a Rosario, you know, guys like that. And if you're going to do it against the Indians, it'll be like Lindor and Ramirez, the guys that are hot at that time, because that's when you really have to follow the scouting reports and what they're hitting.
And also a guy like Dozier, who's up right now with the high fastball, and that was something that Jan talked about. He said, I told Shane Bieber before the start, he goes, whatever you do, don't miss upstairs against Dozier. He goes, now it's in the game plan, but I wanted to say it specifically about him.
Right.
So he knew that, so it wasn't something they had to discuss when he came up to bat.
Well, tell him the next time with Lamar, throw him upstairs. Don't throw him downstairs. There's another high fastball.
Drilled deep to left, and we are tied at 4.
You don't throw him upstairs. We just got through talking about it, and there it was, and we have a new ball game. Mistake right there by Clevenger.
And again, the bigger issue of where the bullpen is right now, Mike Clevenger probably wouldn't have been back out here to start the 7th inning.
Yeah, and you're right. So he gives up one swing, and it's going to end up, it's not going to cost him a game, but he's got a no decision after 6 innings of hard work and shutting him down after he gave up 3 in the first 2 innings. One bad pitch.
Timeout in Minnesota. Tied at 4. Brian Dozier going deep.
Yeah, and it comes on a high fastball, goes off at about 99 miles per hour, 359 feet, but just another one you see. You go upstairs, he can hurt you with it. That's his nitro zone.
Eddie Rosario homered in the first inning, swings and misses at the breaking ball from Tyler Olson.
but he caught this one. Drilled deep and gone. Back-to-back home runs here in the 7th, and Minnesota goes right back on top. And that'll be it for Tyler Olson. Tito will go right back to the bullpen for a right-hander.
Breaking ball, throwing it down and into a left-hander. I have a tough time watching that. Got to head him away, and you're going to come back and start one at him and throw it inside, and it's going to leave the yard. You don't pitch hitters in late in the ball game. With one chance of one swing, they can hit it out, and that's what they just did.
Third homer of the afternoon for Minnesota. Neil Ramirez will be next. Of the inning. We've seen way too much of this here lately. One pitcher for one batter, one pitcher for one batter. This is the third pitcher, 3 batters into the inning.
Yeah, and when you match up like that and they get their job done, it's all well and good. But when you don't and you give something up like the long ball, it certainly doesn't look good.
Miguel Sano for 2. He walked and scored in the first. Left-hander Oliver Perez up in the Cleveland bullpen.
And is he on for the next man?
He just made his Indians debut yesterday and pitched an inning in the 3rd. Ramirez misses up high. Swung on and missed. Neil Ramirez strikes out Sano, and you're right, that's going to be it. Ramirez only faces one hitter. He strikes him out. And so Tito will go back once again to the bullpen. He wants the left-hander Oliver Perez, so Once again, 4 batters, 4 pitchers in the inning. We'll be right back. After back-to-back homers to open the bottom of the 7th. 1 off Mike Clevenger, 1 off Tyler Olson. Neil Ramirez came on, struck out the only batter he faced. Now Oliver Perez, who just joined the ball club yesterday and worked an inning and a third. Right back out here again today, as he's got the left-handed hitting Logan Morrison and the switch hitter Eduardo Escobar.
Yeah, the 4th pitcher in this inning. We've seen this. This is a reoccurring thing here. Went out of the bullpen, the matchups. 4 pitchers for 4 different hitters.
Oliver Perez, kind of a sidearm sort of slinging style as a left-hander.
Well, he pauses in his delivery. He'll turn his back to you. He'll throw it sidearm. He'll give you anything he can.
Slow bouncer. Kipnis throws him out. 2 down. And it looks like Perez will at least get an opportunity to finish the inning if he can retire Escobar.
Escobar, 281 hitter from the right side of the plate. 16 for 57.
Oliver Perez is 36 years old. He spent most of this year at AAA with the Yankees. He had an out clause. They allowed him to opt out of his contract there, and he ended up signing with the Indians as a free agent. He was with the Reds in spring training. But he's been with the Padres, the Pirates, the Mets, the Mariners, the Diamondbacks, the Astros, and the Nationals. Now he turns his back, little left-handed El Tiante.
Yeah, I mean, and then one time you'll see him, he'll try and quick pitch you instead of all that slow herky-jerky motion.
It's a team that is just, they're looking for answers, and they will leave no stone unturned. Fouled back. So far, American League Central Division bullpens have combined to give up 9 runs on the day. And the team that might have the worst lot is the White Sox, and they have yet to allow a run against a pretty good Milwaukee club that's leading the NL Central. There just does not seem to be any relief throughout this entire division. Now the 2-2. Popped him up. Kipnis on the back pedal. Called off. Zimmer makes the grab. Back-to-back solo jacks for the Twins here in the 7th. Dozier and Rosario put Minnesota back in front. All right, thanks, guys. Minnesota grabbed the early lead. The Indians fought back to overtake them. But a pair of solo shots in the 7th. That's Minnesota back in front, and now Addison Reed will try to close it out for the Twins. He'll pitch the 8th.
Yeah, they're down to 6 outs.
But he hasn't exactly been perfect himself.
Yeah, Addison Reed gave up the home run to Lindor. He took the loss in game 1.
Center field, Lamar drifting over, makes the catch. Michael Brantley 0 for 3 today. Drilled deep to right, down the line it goes. It is gone. And Michael Brantley has pulled the Indians back into a dead heat with Minnesota here in the 8th inning with his 10th home run of the year. And that home run snaps an 0 for 16 slump at the plate.
Well, Addison Reed does it again. That pitch coming inside gave something that Brantley could turn on and gets his 10th, and now they have 5 guys in double digits, Matty. Not only at over 30 RBIs, but that home run for Brantley, that gives him double digits. That's 10. So you have Lindor and Brantley and Ramirez and Encarnacion.
And Alonso.
And Alonso, right, who's not in this ball game, hasn't played yet.
All 5 runs for the Indians coming via the homer today.
So the Indians able to come back and just take that momentum away. Shut down inning. They could not do it. We're counting the outs. And Brantley spoiled that for him.
A big turning point in this game, though, came in the 6th when the Indians at that point had only 2 hits on the day. And the Indians got 2 aboard via the walk, and Edwin hit the 3-run homer to left field. And now Ramirez draws a walk. 2nd walk of the afternoon for Jose. And now here's Edwin Encarnacion, who's already had himself quite a day. Last June, he had a 2-homer, 5 RBI game here in Minneapolis. Today, he's had a 2-homer, 4 RBI afternoon. During his now 10-game hitting streak, Edwin Encarnacion has hit 6 home runs and has 14 runs batted in.
31 times. He has homered more than once in a ball game.
It's a double play ball here. Gets the Twins out of the inning. But Michael Brantley's blast has us even up at 5, middle of the 8th. Out of the 8th, Oliver Perez stays on for the Indians. Max Kepler leads off for Minnesota, takes a strike. Perez might only be on to face Kepler, although
I was just checking the stats there on the splits for Grossman, who's on deck, and they're pretty much even, left and right. 229 from the right side, 236 from the left. Obviously more at bats from the left side of the plate.
high fly ball, center field. Zimmer makes the catch. One down. And it looks like Perez will stay on to face Grossman. Recapping the storylines brought to you by your Ford dealers. Jose Ramirez, 7-game hitting streak coming into today. He's walked twice, but no knocks. Eddie Rosario getting it done with 2 home runs. And both of his home runs gave Minnesota a lead here today. Robbie Grossman, 0 for 2. Count. He was ready to turn it loose, but Perez said, I'm still not giving in to you.
Yeah, that's right. He was going to throw him the fastball there. He was set for it. He was looking for it, and he was swinging at it, but it was not a heater.
That time he got the fastball and still got good life at 94 miles an hour.
Now, every once in a while, I don't care how old you are, you got to have enough to reach back and get one, and that's exactly what he did. Put a little extra on that one. Slow it down, turn, wait. Deception.
Good looking pitch.
Yes,
just
it was.
Missed.
After he went with that, you know, he reached back in the tank, really slowed it down. His delivery, watched the hook going down and in, and I think he really wanted that pitch. He thought it was there, and I can't question him.
The payoff. You can hear him grunt when he lets that fastball go. Line drive and a base hit into right field. Go-ahead run aboard for Minnesota.
Came back with a fastball down right there, and Grossman takes him the other way. So Tito's going to come out and go back to his bullpen. We're going to get a pinch runner for Grossman. We'll get a new pitcher. It looks like McAllister will come in for Lamar, who is the scheduled hitter.
Tito makes the change. It's 5-5 in the 8th. We'll be back. Zach McAllister is the new Indians pitcher. He is the 5th pitcher of the afternoon for Cleveland. We have a pinch runner at first base. Robbie Grossman, who got the base hit, is out, and A-Ray Adrianza is on the run for him. And Ryan Lamar will be the batter, and he's having a good day. He's 2 for 3, and if not for a superhuman effort by Bradley Zimmer in center field, he would have a 3 for 3 afternoon. Grounded fair down the line. Adrianza around third. They're going to wave him home. Lindor's relay to the plate is in time, and they got him. A terrific relay from Brantley to Lindor to Gomes, and then Gomes had to hang on for dear life as he reached out to tag the runner, Adrianza. And what you worry about in that instance is him just kicking the ball right out of the glove.
I'm surprised they even sent him here. Only because it went over the bag and it hit that lip out there and comes back into play, and I think he tried to restart him again. I think Adrianza thought he was going to stay at third base, and there he is. It's a short throw for both players, and he gets in and gets him by quite a bit. You see, he didn't want to. He stumbled a little bit. I think he was expecting to be held there at third base because it wasn't all the way into the corner.
Ryan Lamar made it to third base, but now there are 2 down, and Bobby Wilson, the batter, fouls it back. Potentially game-saving play right there. If McAllister can now get out of the inning by retiring Wilson. Back out over the screen, 0-2. And a foul back again. Wilson hanging in there. 0-2. Down the line foul. Low and away. 1-2. Another foul back. Go-ahead run for Minnesota is 90 feet away. Less than that once he gets that lead in foul ground. Ryan Lamar. Good block by Jan Gomes.
Yes, it was. You know, that's his certainly his second best pitch is McAllister's. He's going to try and bounce him, but you know if you call for it, you better expect it in the dirt. He got it. He blocked it. Did a nice job. But Wilson wasn't chasing.
One hopper to Kipnis. That'll end the inning. The Twins threaten, but the Indians come up with a defensive play to strike down a potential go-ahead run.
Presented by authority of the Cleveland Indians and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. And the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Cleveland Indians.
Five, ninth inning now here at Target Field. The fifth pitcher of the day for Minnesota is Fernando Rodney. And the Twins closer, making his 21st appearance, has an ERA of 2.84 and 19 innings of work. He's walked 7, struck out 18. He's got Jason Kipnis, Jan Gomes, Greg Allen duo. In his career against Cleveland, an ERA of 4.07 in 57 outings.
Yeah, I had a save in Friday night's game, number 12, but this is a guy, 2-pitch pitcher, fastball, changeup. A lot of times you got to make him get in the zone because he can get wild, and he will give base runners. I mean, he's been around forever, 311 saves in his career.
Jason Kipnis trying to overcome a pretty significant trend. Left-handed hitters are 1 for their last 17 against Rodney.
Yeah, the separation he has between the two can be difficult. You have to sit on one or the other. The changeup's down in the low 80s. And that fastball can get up to 93, 94. Change up.
Slow chopper up the middle. Tough play. Off balance throw. Kipnis beats it out. So the Indians get their leadoff man aboard. That's the go-ahead run to start the 9th inning.
Always nice to get that leadoff man aboard. This ball just placed perfectly. Sano, the third baseman, staying up the middle. He's going to have to make a backhanded play and try and throw on the run. He made a beautiful play earlier when he was at short, coming in and barehanding a ball. But this time he's not going to get Kipnis because he can beat it out. And there's his second hit. So now the leadoff man aboard.
And the batter will be Yan Gomes, 1 for 3. He doubled his last time up. He just missed by inches, clearing the wall in left field for a homer. Indians still have Melky Cabrera, Yonder Alonso on the bench. And Gomes fouls one back out of play.
Just be alive on first base if you're Kipnis, if he bounces one of those change ups. He's a guy that when he looks at third base, the hat's on crooked. It looks like he's looking at home plate. He never has worn his hat straight.
Nobody wears it more crookedly than he does.
Absolutely.
It's one thing to have it cocked to the side a little bit.
That's what I'm thinking. But right when he's standing there looking at third, it looks like he's facing home.
All right, I'm going to give you guys the 411 why Fernando Rodney wears his hat that way. I did some research the last time we faced him. His dad was a fisherman down in the Dominican Republic when he was growing up, and that's how his dad wore his hat, to keep his son out of his eyes to know what time of day it was. So that's why Fernando Rodney rocks the hat the way he does.
Is that why you wear it that way too?
I'm going to need something else the way I'm sweating down here now. The clouds are going.
Get you the eye black put underneath.
I need that wine bottle first.
Yeah. Well,
the 2-2 pop back out of play.
You only need the cork. You don't need the bottle.
I like to take both if I can.
I know you do. You got to remember, you don't throw the cork away. Throw the bottle away.
Runner goes. Kipnis is off. Gomes with a fly ball to deep center field, but Lamar's going to be able to run it down, and Kipnis will have to retreat.
That's too bad because Kip had a good jump right there, but with 2 strikes, nothing you could do. Gomes hit that ball on the nose, hit it hard, but right into the tracks of Lamar in center field. But he had a good jump, and I was hoping that ball was going to find some grass out there because Kip would have scored easily. He just didn't get it over the head. Hit it to the deepest part of the park. That'll go as out number 1 though.
Greg Allen 0 for 2 with a walk.
Now you can see this is where the young hitters that have never faced him before are going to have a tough time, because he does have the same arm speed with that fastball as he does his changeup.
Kipnis is off. Throw down. Drop the ball. And Kipnis is going to be safe at second base. Might have been just a the timing of the ball, the catch, and the slide arriving at the same time.
His momentum, I'll tell you, it took Escobar, and it hurt his arm on the tag. You watch on the left hand when he goes to tag him, that as he's sliding in, he's going to take that arm out. He never really caught it cleanly.
No.
And then as he's trying to apply the tag as he's going across, he could not hold on to the ball. So Kip gets his second stolen base, and it was a good, it's a good chance. He had a good jump before. Why not try and steal a base? Bottom part of the lineup. And you can see Allen way out front on the Rodney changeup. But you have your runner in scoring position now, so a base hit, the Indians could take the lead.
And a liner to short caught by Escobar. Well, that's too bad. Need a little more lift. Don't forget to tune in to Fox Sports Ohio tonight. Full pre and post game coverage. It's game 2 of the NBA Finals, and our coverage begins at 6:30. Home team starting 5 will be live in the Bay Area. Cavs watch party. All the highlights, interviews before and after tonight's game 2. Well, now it's up to Bradley Zimmer to try and get Jason Kipnis home with a go-ahead run. Zimmer is 0 for 3, has struck out twice on the day. Takes a pitch low. Still has the good fastball. And that is called a strike right on the inside corner at 97.
Boy, there you go. You get a 97-mile-an-hour dart on the inside corner. You're not going to hit that. See if he follows it up with a changeup.
Just a bit high, not by much.
No, he's not slowing it down. They're going right at him here. They're not messing around. That may be the scouting report. You go power. Power City against Zimmer. Make him hit your fastball.
Two. Right-handed hitting Eric Gonzalez waits on deck. See if Rodney goes right at him with his fastball or if he tries to change up here. He went right at him. And
I'm telling you, it's been all fastballs in this at-bat to Zimmer. Allen went the exact opposite. He went changeups and everything, and now with Zimmer, he's going fastballs.
But he knows that he's always got you as a hitter with that in the back of your mind. Is this going to be the pitch? He throws the changeup.
Yep. Came back with it.
We're going to the bottom of the ninth. Tied at 5.
Why not? It's right over the bag, and it's going to be extra bases. I thought he was going to hold him up, and then Brantley gives a one-hop throw to Lindor, who throws it directly to Gomes, and they cut the run off at home with nobody out. So, or excuse me, that was with one out. And they nab him at home plate.
Cody Allen on for the 25th time this year. He's got the top of the order for Minnesota. He's got his work cut out for him, no doubt about it. Dozier homered his last time up. After Cody Allen, the Indians have Dan Otero, Evan Marshall, Josh Tomlin left in their bullpen. Cody, the 6th pitcher of the day for Cleveland. Minnesota, meanwhile, is down to Zach Duke, the left-hander, and then righties Tyler Duffy, Trevor Hildenberger, and Matt McGill. Lefty Zach Duke is up in the Minnesota bullpen should this game go to extra innings. Way outside, 2-2.
Pretty good take on a good breaking ball right there.
Full count.
That was a good pitch. Tough to lay off, and he was able to do it.
Just over 20,000 here at Target Field on a Sunday afternoon watching the finale of this series. And the 3-2 is fouled back. Twins win, they take 3 out of 4. Indians win, they get the split. So it's kind of a big swing game, especially where Minnesota is concerned.
You're right. You can split this because they're on an 11-game homestand after struggling on the road. They went 1-5 before coming back to this series. They lost their first one, but if they can win their third here and take the series, it'll be a big boost for them. You know, they feel, hey, we got Cleveland. That's who we got to chase. That's who we have to beat. This very big game here.
Indians at 30-27. The Tigers have already lost today, so they can pick up a full game on them. Another game of distance. 3-2 is low ball 4, and the winning run aboard for Minnesota. Well, Eddie Rosario twice has homered for Minnesota. This one gave them the lead in the first inning.
crazy, I mean, swing, but
that one gave him the lead in the 7th inning.
Don't understand how the left-hander throws that breaking ball inside to the left-handed hitter after he got him to swing at the first one away. But he has been as hot as anybody. He's had a great month of May, carrying it over now.
Swing and a miss.
He didn't leave anything in the bag either. He went after and tried to end the game here with one swing. 12 home runs now for Rosario. Yes, he did.
They appeal? No, says Vic Carapazza at third. Let's see if we can tell. That's right on that proverbial line of did he or didn't he?
That's what you have to watch out for with that good breaking ball in the dirt, allowing Dozier to get himself into scoring position. It's a nice job by Gomes. This is the pitch you really got to be careful of when you call it, especially with that base runner, because he's going to really consciously try to keep it down in the strike zone, especially to a hitter like Rosario, who's a good low ball hitter.
Fly ball, center field, Zimmer back on the track, it is gone, and the Twins win it. A 3-homer day for Eddie Rosario. And the Twins take 3 out of 4 from the Indians and end up the series with a mark of 25-30 on the year. They move to 3.5 back in the Central Division standings. The Indians will head back home now just 30-28 and 2.5 in front of Detroit in the Central.
Boy, he got up on a high fastball, man. He hit everything they threw today. First pitch outside the left field. He hooked, he turned on a breaking ball, hit a fastball to right center field. This guy is swinging the bat as well as we've seen anybody in a long time. And it just kept carrying, and it just gets over. And it is a walk-off for him.
Coming into today, in his previous 30 games, he was hitting .369 with 7 homers and 24 runs batted in. And today, wow, 3 for 5, 3 homers, 4 runs batted in. And the Minnesota Twins, sort of a desperate team coming into this series, win 3 out of 4. Time now for Indians Live. And guys, I mean, this isn't a game where you can really sit back and say, well, the bullpen, you know, you